Hello. Hey, welcome back to the show. Najua imekuwa siku kadhaa tangu nitokeleze hapa but
It is what it is. It is what it is.
nimewarudia na story about a bit of a tangent. Asi ati tunaenda mbali, bado tunaongelea about these malpractices, the people at the highest tops of the highest echelons of everything under the sun, and normally wanakuanga like a conglomerate. Most of the shareholders kwa major companies inakuanga like maybe 30 people, the same 30 people in every company. So even let's say in the music industry, hapo normal tunaguzia leo, and we have Universal Music and Spotify and DistroKid. Those are the big companies tunaguzia leo, and I'll be doing that with the not really assistants, I'm the one assisting to explain. Niko na video hapa ya Morio fulani Bazeng anaitwa Cutis King. Man's a music producer. He's worked with akina TDE, akina Kendrick Lamar, akina J Rock, unajua akina J Absol, unaona akina Schoolboy, anajua hao Mamorio, yani wa LA. He knows the guys, and he also knows how the business dealings and the Spotify's and all those people work, because he's been in there na sahi anafanya vitu independently, and as an independent music producer and a music artist, it's a bit different from when you're being pushed by the machine, when you're signed to, let's say, Universal Music, because hao ndo wenye tunaongelea leo for certain. When you have the push of the machine behind you, nika ona vile Drake amedundishwa saizi, vile Drake amekashushwa hivyo cheo. Yeah, he was on top because Universal Music was pushing his music, pushing everything playlist wise everywhere. But sasa wameenda kwa side ya Kendrick, and that's life. Drake ataweza rudi make comeback, but hiyo sio kenye tunaongelea. The thing about it is,
I'm talking about Universal Music Group and Spotify struck a deal. What this deal concerns, well, basically, Spotify and UMG's new deal promises better payouts for artists and songwriters by focusing on fan engagement, new subscription options, and bundling music with other content. Sounds promising, doesn't it? It also aims to crack down on fraud to make sure artists get paid fairly.
see, a company like Spotify and Universal Music and the DistroKids and all of these things, they operate on a basis whereby in order to get your music on the Spotify, you have to upload it through DistroKid, and then you pay DistroKid to upload your music to Spotify. And Universal Music owns some of Spotify. So at the end of the day, those three most likely will be somewhere in cahoots to eat your money, somewhere in between the lines. So now they want to make it whereby the artist can get paid better, or rather that's what they're saying on paper, but in reality they are just trying to find a way to get to the pockets of independent music creators who are not signed to like a Universal Music, but they still need to upload their music to streaming platforms such as Spotify, so they use the DistroKid. So you find an instance where Spotify and Universal are planning on consolidating their efforts and buying the DistroKid, and Universal might actually just do it alone and cut off Spotify from the deal. But at the end of the day, Universal owns part of Spotify, so I don't know how they're going to cut themselves off from the deal. Hide the dealings of the right hand from the left type shit. So I have to scare.
You know what my face is like that. So this article here on musicweek.com says Universal Music Group and Spotify have unveiled a new multi-year agreement for recorded music and music publishing. According to the announcement, the agreements are focused on growth, innovation, and the advancement of artists and songwriters' success. The same artists and songwriters that Spotify just defeated in a U.S. licensing group's lawsuits over royalties when they changed the bundle situation?
As I was saying earlier, Universal Music and Spotify just recently won a case against a bunch of artists over arao walikuwa wanagombana juu ya royalties and stuff, and Universal Music and Spotify were saying that they cannot pay people because some of their music was bundled up with merchandise, and that's boosted their sales and in the algorithm and everything, so that they can't be liable to pay them because other products were in the mix. But at the same time, when Universal makes you sign a 360 deal, ukifanya kitu yoyote itakutengenezea pesa, watakulia. So they don't, it's a bit of double standards. Okay,
They act like we don't have the same internet. We covered this already, but MLC argued that Spotify had misreported its revenue to avoid paying millions of dollars owed to the group, including songwriters. But, that's just a little side quest. It follows a recent UMG deal with the Amazon Music that also prioritized innovation in audio streaming. Sir Lucian Grange.
so basically Lucian Grange ni sijui kama umesikia hiyo jina before, if you've heard the name around, but the guy is a big man. He's like the big kahuna back at Universal Music Group. You kuna time we heard Kanye West say that Drake has a rich baby daddy. Yeah, that's Lucian Grange. I think that Kendrick is also signed to Universal, so I'm thinking that time he was talking about To Pimp a Butterfly. Alikuwa naongelea Lucy Chameleon Stories. Lucy, yeah, Lucy, yeah, that might be the Lucy he was referring to. Might not be Lucifer, might be Lucy and Grange, because Lucy tell me that I could live at the mall. Lucy, yeah, that's him. So he is the one, not really the one, but he's the face of the people who are controlling how the music industry is going. Because he's not the big kahuna, he's the representative of the big kahunas, because wanakuanga wengi, as I said. Shareholders are the everything, they are the
Chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group said, when we first presented our vision for the next stage in the evolution of music subscription several months ago, Streaming 2.0, that's what they're calling it. This is precisely the kind of partnership development we envisioned. I wish somebody would just come over here and say, hey, bro, we trying to run this bag up on you songwriters. Hey, man, either get with it or do it independent. We trying to get that money, too. Like, just say what it is, because I hate these formal, I hate these PR written and approved statements that are talking about the greatness that they are trying to create for the artist. We know damn well what this is all about. This is a capitalistic society.
You see why I always keep telling you that I don't trust these billionaires, because even at the highest echelons of this music industries, hao ndo wana run the things. So ukisikia hapa watu wanalia ati Spotify doesn't even want to pay people and they're making profits of billions, you start to wonder, like, the product that is being consumed on the platform is the music, yet you pay 0.00 or maybe 3 cents on the dollar for each stream, and then you expect people to keep doing the thing that is making you money while you pay them nothing for it. So wameanza kuona people are abandoning the streaming platforms, or rather they are finding alternatives. Like, the streaming platforms have become like a social media to advertise your music, and then you send people to like your website on the side type and shit. So even though vile imefika point hadi yao like the big machine is starting to look at even the distribution, they want to get their hands on that, because at least hapo ndo mali ya mwisho wanaweza shikilia mali artist haezi sema any independent, at least watakulia quote. That's what they want to eat from their pie and your pie as well, and also his pie, and they don't even know him. But I hear he's doing something in relation to what we are doing. Oh, he's not our artist. Oh, he has a pie still. Oh, we gonna find a way to eat from the pie. It is what it is.
The agreement furthers and broadens the collaboration with Spotify for both our labels and music publisher, advancing artist-centric principles to drive greater monetization for artists and songwriters, as well as enhancing product offerings for consumers. Daniel Yick had to say and give his 2 cents. The founder and CEO of Spotify said, for nearly 2 decades, Spotify has made good on its commitment to return the music industry to growth. Is that what you call it? Because 0.003 cents is a crazy way for growth.
What?
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Ensuring that we deliver record payouts to the benefit of artists and songwriters each new year, even though when they sue us, they lose. The partnership ensures that we can continue to deliver on this promise by embracing the certainty that constant innovation is key to making paid music subscriptions even more attractive to a broader audience of fans around the world. Seems legit, right? Right? Then you start to dig into some of these articles, specifically like this one here on Culture Shifters, that gives you a little bit of a different perspective on what this whole streaming 2.0 model actually looks like. It says, the end of music as we know it, the hidden cost of streaming 2.0. Superfan subscriptions. It's so funny to see the big corporations want to get involved in superfans. They want to get involved in the money that's there. We talked about it months and months ago because it was like, why in the hell would any artist think that it's a safe bet, especially in an environment like music streaming, to put all your eggs in that basket when they can remove your music? Artists,
As I said before, these corporations don't really give a hoot, a fuck, a single, I don't know any other words to like, exaggerate the point, but they don't care about anyone in the sense that you can have your music annually. You uploaded the song, yeah, it got the streams, yeah, it got millions of streams, yeah. They were legit streams, yeah. So Universal and not Universal, Spotify, but Universal has a stake in it. But Spotify can say that those streams were not legit; they were bot streams. Like zilipatikana na mabot vile Drake alikuwa sema not like us ilifanyika Kendrick, but yeah. So once they do that, they are not eligible to pay you anymore. They don't have to pay you, and they can take your music off the platform, and there's nothing you can do. Who are you going to report them to? Who do you report them to? To Universal? To who? You see? So either way, if it all goes to plan, the people at the very top will ensure that everyone will be a slave. That's what they want. So it's better off to just have your own, even if it's your own website, just start from there. It's better off.
are sending me stuff every day of their music getting removed. Shout out to my guy Cutis King. He was like, they got me. And for nothing I actually did, because of their detection system saying there's fictional streams, you don't own the environment, right? Same thing with social media, but you don't own the environment. So why would anybody that is running their music like a business want to rely upon these platforms?
As I said in earlier videos, if you don't own the means of production, they will find a way to, make you become a tool to the ends, and whatever that means justifies the ends for them. So it won't mean good for you, but it'll mean good for them. So just use your brain on that.
Yeah, any way that you can have an interaction with the potential fan that goes beyond the passive experience of streaming. Well, now the UMGs and the big dogs is trying to get involved in that because they're like, oh, y'all making money? Let me hold y'all. This article goes on to say Spotify and Universal Music Group claim streaming 2.0 is a step toward a fairer streaming economy. But behind the marketing, you know what's funny about that wording? A fair streaming economy. So you knew it was unfair this whole time, but now you care? But behind the marketing, the deal isn't about improving music. It's about maximizing profits through viral trends, algorithmic control, and superfans footing the bill. What this means for music Music for memes, not emotion. Songs will be crafted for 10-second virality, not depth or longevity. Memes over melodies. For those
Na ukiangalia Universal Music hadi walikuwa washaanza kumake deal na TikTok juu ya hiyo story ya walikuwa watumia some of their music without licensing, or rather the deal soured. But if they made the deal with TikTok over like 2 years ago and stuff about, making music more generic, then it's a thing that will ultimately be the future of music. No more things you feel rather than things you can dance to right now and then forget in a week. The best.
indie artists get buried. If a song isn't engineered for trends, it won't be heard. Major label content will dominate even more. It goes on to say, superfans pay more, labels profit more. Of course. If a superfan exists for an artist, why would you want to send that money to the label? Well, the label says if you're going to pay more, bro, bring me that money then. A new super premium tier will charge superfans for perks, but revenue still flows to major labels, not artists.
So you see, it's exactly vile tu nilikuwa nawaambia. The major labels, they love this thing called 360 deals, and where they can eat from every aspect of an artist's revenue stream. And in this case, wanajaribu figure out a way mali wataenda wakulie from even independent artists who get some of their money from their fans directly, direct to consumer basis. So if you get a super fan mwenye akona pesa, maybe it's a super fan from Abu Dhabi, he's a crown prince somewhere, and it just feels like, yo, this guy has made this song has made me feel good, I'll just send him $18,000 just because I can. Yeah, they want somehow, some way to eat off of that money. So you decide whether you trust these people or not. It's not up for me. Not up to me.
Oh, look at this one. AI generated music takes over. Spotify has been very aggressive about pushing that narrative forward, right? We covered how they have playlists that right now are currently being consumed by artists that don't exist. Some of which are actual musicians that are creating music underneath a different name. I'm looking at you, Johan Rohr. Some of which happen to be AI generated music. It says streaming will favor AI made engagement driven songs over real musicianship, turning music into background noise. It sounds like the direction of people who don't make music and don't see its value, unfortunately.
So yeah, as I said before, with the advent of artificial intelligence and all these other new technologies, music and all these other industries are becoming a thing of the past as far as humans working in them is concerned. Because if you're telling me that the last frontier, like the last was it safe ground, art, that's the last thing you would think a computer would be able to make on its own. But since they can, we guess we're all getting replaced at the end of it all. So in conclusion, I just wanted to bring forth some more evidence in like a field that I have a bit of experience in, so that I can explain to you and expound the reasons why I really don't trust these billionaires. So in conclusion, it's been a wild ride. I hope to see you again in the next video. And you guys stay safe, be good, and I'll catch you on the flip side, for real, yeah. Have a nice week.